Hello, my name is Edwin Garcia and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going through the Chicago Sky schedule, predicting their record for the end of the year. But before we do that, I need you to do me a favor and like and subscribe to this channel. This channel is just getting started and your help is needed and much appreciated. Alright, let's get into the video. So the Chicago Sky have a 32 game regular season. That's close to the average amount of WNBA games we get in a normal season, but it's a couple games short. So they have 32 games. Let's break down those games and what I think will happen. Everyone has different strategies for how they predict a team's record. Mine's pretty simple. It comes from my perception of the team and my perception of the opponents they have, and I just try to make a good assumption on what's going to happen. So for Chicago Sky, since they're a pretty high top-rated team, I predict any teams lower than them, they'll beat. And honestly, any teams that are right around their range or maybe even above some other title favorites like the Las Vegas Aces, Seattle Storm, honestly, I kind of predict they lose those games. Now, I don't think that's going to happen every single time. I think they'll definitely lose to some teams that they're supposed to beat, and I think they're also going to beat some teams that are elite. But I think if you just stick by what their normal assessment is and predict that way, it'll even out. I'll get some right, I'll get some wrong, but I do think I will have the general number, the number of wins and losses, pretty much on point. I've done this with other teams before, and it usually ends up pretty accurate. Not the game-by-game record, but the overall record. I have a pretty good track record on. So, and this one's on video, so everyone's going to know, and everyone's going to be able to see it. I'll have the receipts of, hey, I said this is what the record would be, and that's what ended up happening. So, all right, let's look at the schedule, and let's get into it. Okay, so let's start with the month of May here. With the month of May, the Chicago Sky have 6 games, and I have them being pretty successful in those 6 games. So far in those 6 games, I have them going 4-2. I have them losing the season opener against the Washington Mystics and losing one of the 2 games they have against the LA Sparks. Short and sweet reasons, the Mystics are very good. It's the first game. I think there might be some rust involved trying to get the team acclimated and getting into regular season form. And then the LA Sparks, I think it's a very emotional game for Candace Parker. Lots of feelings will be involved with going back to play the only team you've played and things like that. I also think the Sparks are a sneaky good team this year, and beating the same team twice back-to-back games is a bit difficult. I think usually, someone slips up on one of those. I think that they'll even out, they'll split that series, and they'll go 4-2 in May. Now, June is the most intense month the Chicago Sky will have in terms of games. They play 12 games in just 30 days. Almost every other day they have a game. I predict they're going to handle this pretty well. They're going to go 8-4 in those 12 games, and they will have losses against top teams like Phoenix, Minnesota, and Connecticut. So I think they'll handle that pretty well. They'll go 8-4 in those 12 games. And in July, there's only 2 games for July because in its Olympic break, I believe they'll split those games, lose one to Dallas and lose one to Washington. So by the Olympic break, my prediction is the team will go 13-7, and that will be the record going into the break. Now for August, I think things will be a little bit difficult. Coming back from break, trying to get back into season mode, I believe they're going to go 3-4 in the 7 games happening in August, and they're going to get losses in games against the Seattle Storm, a team I mentioned earlier, another Minnesota Lynx loss. I think they'll lose a game to Phoenix and another to Seattle. They play Seattle 3 times. I think it's going to be tough to beat Seattle in those games. So they're going to go 3-4 to be probably one of the lower months in terms of record, but still not bad given the competition they'll have. Then I think they'll finish the season strong in September. I think they'll go 5-2 in their 7 games there, and they'll lose games in matchups against the Las Vegas Aces and another Las Vegas Aces matchup late. They play a lot of Vegas games late in the season, so I think they'll lose 2 of those, but they'll win the other 3 and kind of win out. So ultimately, I think the Chicago Sky record will be 19-13 to end the year. And I think that record will probably give them a top 4 seed. And that's pretty much where I think the team will be. Can the team improve and play better than that? Absolutely. They have the superstar power to do it. But there also can be injuries, and we don't know what teams will be surprising. Some matchups that seem easy today will be hard tomorrow. So that's my prediction, 19-13 for the Chicago Sky. So that's the end of my video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like it, make sure you subscribe, and leave a comment below. Tell me, what do you think the Chicago Sky record will be at the end of the season? Leave a comment below as soon as you can, so that way we can either, congratulate you at the end of the year or laugh at how bad your take was. Maybe mine was. We'll see. Now we have it on record, so it should be fun. All right, that's it for today's video. If you've liked it, once again, please give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.